Yeah, thank you for having me here. I'm Walter. I'm the CEO and founder of NEOM. We are building the leading sustainable energy provider far beyond solar. Without building centralized power plants, without owning a grid. We're building the leading sustainable energy provider far beyond solar with the decentralized solar and battery power plants and with the power of independent and local installers. We're building the leading sustainable energy provider far beyond solar, even for those who could not afford it, and also for those who not have a building. And first, how this solar and battery powered building for the homeowners looks like. So you know there is solar panels are needed to produce with an inverter electricity. And you can store clean electricity in your battery and can power your heat pump. You can power your heating panel, or you can power your hot water with a heating rod. And also you can charge your car. So this means you can fully change to a sustainable life. And also, it is possible for the enterprise customers. It is possible with solar on the facade, on the roof, and big batteries, and big heat pumps, and much electric chargers to also have your sustainable company up and running, to decarbonize the infrastructure. And as you see, all the devices are connected to the app, to the energy management, to aggregate data, and connect them with the internet to power the democratization for all the legal subsidies and tenders all over Europe to monetize your data. And for this, you need hardware, but our hardware is much more than hardware. In the middle of the hardware is standing a solar panel, and for sure the inverter and the battery for residential customers, as well a battery for tons or megawatts of power and clean electricity in your block storage. And connected with the chargers for your car, you also can power your heat pump and your heating rod with our extension. And with our beam, which connects the devices, not only our devices, also to existing devices in your house, or also to third-party devices, more than 1,000 different vendors with 10,000 different devices. To connect again our app, to monetize data with our skills. And the funny thing on all that is that we call them, in our secret speech, the multiplexer. So our self-developed digital services are the skills for the building owners. And as I said, it's more than hardware, because on the left side, you see our skills for the installer. And we take care for the installer process that there is an easy project commissioning and installation handover to the customer, and it's fully documented. Why? Because it is needed for your insurance, and it's also needed for your financial services. Because if you don't pay it cash, you can lease it for 10, 15, or 20 years. And based on this, we connect it again to our energy management system and hand over it with the app to our customer to aggregate the data to build the foundation of your monetization wallet. To connect you to Club. Club is also our own developed software, which fully automatic connects you to the energy community. We already traded 1 gigawatt of electricity in an energy community without grid costs, without taxes between your neighbor. And after that, you also can connect your devices and your house to grid to benefit from the cheaper energy costs through dynamic electricity prices. As you know, when much wind and much solar is in the grid, energy is close to free, or you become cash if you consume energy with a battery, your heat pump, or your charger. And after all this, with green, you can monetize your CO2 savings. So you can sell your certificate of origin, or also the TOG quotas for charge your car, or already running a car. So our hardware products and software products are the skills for the end users, doesn't matter if a commercial or residential customer. And how these skills affect on the way of cost savings, CO2 savings, and even the installer profit. So the CO2 savings with the gray graphic is you can save 32% with solar and battery on your energy bill and save 2 tons of CO2. By adding our energy management system, you can save 5% of cost as well. And by adding our club to go into energy community, you can save 19%. And by going to grid, to aggregate dynamical pricings and aggregate your flexibility, you can also save 30%. And by selling your TOG quotas or certificate of origins, you can generate again 18%. So what means is, with our skills, your solar power plant is 55% more cost savings for a faster return of invest. And for sure, we provision our installers. They are the core players in the market. More than 15,000 in Europe, 150,000, sorry, in Europe. They will profit from the skills as well. So they generate profit by installing the hardware and get paid from the customer. And after they provision them the skills, they also can generate 10 years a commission from all the services the customer is saving costs and CO2. So he generates more profit and more revenue based on software services. And as I told you, and perhaps you remember in my intro where I pointed out that we also address those who do not have a building. So if you be a tenant, we also bring you our skills. Because we also would have those as customers. Because they can, as a consumer, buy energy as from a prosumer. This means they can enter into club and buy electricity without grid costs and taxes from a neighbor. And also we connect them to the energy providers at dynamical prices, and also he can sell his cash savings. So how this affects to the end users as a tenant? He also can save 50% of energy costs, and he also saves CO2 because he needs less grid costs, no grid costs, he needs less grid. He can enter the dynamical prices, and also he can trade his certificate of origin and quotas. And also the installer can benefit from them because he provision the customers again. And he can have 100% more revenue on this customer and 100% more profit because he's going beyond solar. And this is no vision, to be honest. We already had really cool, crazy 4 years. We already have 12,500 end users connected with 25,000 devices. This aggregates 120 megawatt peak with 250 megawatt capacity. It's done by 285 employees in our team in the DACH region, Germany, Austria, and Switzerland. And this is done over 300 installers from 10,000 possible installers in the DACH region. There is a potential of 1.85 billion if we can have 100% of profit share there, 100% of potential. And it saved in the 4 years 108 tons of CO2. And our customers saved 130 millions in electricity costs only in that 4 years. Our plan up to 2030 is to connect 70,000 end users with 200,000 connected devices. With 1 gigawatt of power solar and 3 gigawatts of flexibility, we think we don't need more than 1,000 employees in the whole over Europe to save 1 gigaton of CO2. I have 20 seconds. And to create 7 billion in cost savings. So, again, we have a fully scalable digital holistic platform approach We're focusing on independent local installers to have less risk and be more capital efficient. We're addressing the needs of all end users far beyond solar. And we invite you becoming an investor, a business partner, or also a customer. Thank you.